Here at the City Ground, Nottingham, we have the match that tops the cup headlines between Nottingham Forest, who are chasing the Cup and League double, and the cup holders, Everton. 47,500 fans are packing the stadium, many of them, of course, all the way from Merseyside, and they've come to see this clash of the First Division giants. 50 miles away at the St Andrew's Ground, Birmingham, Frank Boff is with our cameras and over 52,000 fans to see the Second Division Cup outsiders take on the fancied Londoners, Tottenham Hotspur. And we'll be bringing you the highlights of that match later on. But now let's settle down with our cameras back here at Nottingham for today's big match between Nottingham Forest and Everton. There's the Nottingham Forest side, and the team announced is their strongest team, playing in a 4-2-4 formation. Baker playing as well as ever, Wignall, the twin strikers, and happy to see that number 5, Bob McKinley, the only surviving member of the 1959 Cup-winning team, has recovered from a broken nose. Bob McKinley, a great servant. Joe Baker, number 9, playing better now than at any time during his career. A real sharp-shooting form. The Everton team, playing in the darker jerseys, they have put Brown in at number 10. He's normally a back, and many people, of course, feel that Alan Ball buzzing around in midfield and up front at number 8 will be the man to watch in the Everton side. Alan Ball, a star not only for Everton, but of course for England. Another international star, the favourite of the Everton crowd, number 7, Alex Young, a Scottish international. The crowd are very conscious of the fact that Nottingham Forest, in over 5 months, have only lost 1 game in 27 League and Cup matches. Now, as Mr. Jim Finney of Hereford checks his watch, it's Everton to kick off. Everton are in the slightly darker shirts. Many Nottingham people want to be superstitious because in 1959, in the 5th round, they had to play 3 matches to get through and then played the holders in the 6th round and went to Wembley and won the cup. This year, they had 3 matches in the 5th round and now play the holders. Ground, bit soft on top. It's been raining this morning, still drizzling now. It's Young for Everton. Alex Young, player of immense skill. Despite the drizzle, despite the cold, despite the wind, that's the sort of capacity crowd we have here at Nottingham. All ticket 47,500. Now here comes Baker. And Baker is hurt. Referee waving play on, and wisely stopping play now. Now let's hope there isn't a sensational injury. Oh, it looks like that left knee. This could be a sensational and tragic opening to what everybody thought was going to be a magnificent cup tie. Forest and Everton supporters alike, all hoping that Baker will be fit to continue. But will he? Certainly going off for the time being. Hinton, the substitute, has as yet not started to strip. Tommy Kavanagh, the trainer, is the fair-haired gentleman helping him off. So, Forest for the moment down to 10 men. Ball restarts with a drop ball. Everton's chance now to strike quickly. Free kick to Everton. Everton, who've been beaten twice by Forest this season in the league, both 1-0. There's Morrissey for Everton. Everton's throw. And Baker is exercising up and down the line. He might well be coming back soon. Meanwhile, Brown is going to take a long throw in for Everton. LeBone to Wilson. Hurst, one of the two centre-backs. 5 minutes gone, no score. And Baker, I think, is going to come back on. And here he comes, yes. And you'd think he'd scored the winning goal, judging by the sight and sound of the crowd. Lyons. Good ball. Winfield. Moore, and Newton's broken on the left. This is Newton. That shows you how slippery this turf is. Covering by Hindley. Lyons up against Ray Wilson. They both come from the same Derbyshire village, Shirebrook. And unfortunately a barrier has broken at that end of the ground. It's the reason for the conglomeration of police and ambulance men. There's hope nobody injured. Wiggle. Ball coming back to beat him. To Harvey. Up goes right. Grammett did well to reach that one. Everton are springing very quickly and very efficiently from defence into attack, and they're throwing 5, sometimes 6 forwards up into attack. 6 men breaking clear. Sandy Brown, Alex Brown rather, can really wing these in. And Lyons foul from behind. Free kick to Forest. Hindley to take the free kick. The 4th time Woodall has glanced one rather cleverly, but the opposite direction, the direction in which Baker was running. And Lyons, number 7, and the corner to Forest. Immense appetite for the ball, taking over. McKinley finding Winfield. Newton, Baker. McKinley trying again to Winfield. Ball. Morrissey got hurt in that solid crash with Hennessy, but we go on with the game. Now we can stop for Running repairs to be done to Morrissey. Still, the cup tie atmosphere builds up here at the City Ground in Nottingham. Notice the FIFA badge on Jim Finney's breast pocket. That signifies he's an international referee. And Morrissey is all right again. 20 minutes from half-time. And a great effort by Wigdall, the best so far. I was just going to say, and there hasn't been a direct shot at either goalkeeper. And then Wigdall with the best effort so far. And I think the substitution going to be made now. Yes, Hinton coming on. Baker, hard luck Joe Baker, must be heartbroken. And there's Hinton, number 12, to come on. Ball across to Harvey. Forrest moved more inside. Oh, that's a good ball now. And there's the first goal, scored by Husband. Minutes, and Husband whipped away to score for Everton, number 9. So the blow to Forest is double-edged. They've lost Baker. Now they've lost a goal, all in 60 seconds. McKinley up to Wigdall. Frank Wigdall, England international. Hindley. And away now goes Harvey for Everton. Young. Ball to Hurst. Now to Wright. Merseyside choir has sprung into life now. And ball was foul then by Hindley. Hindley came in to play the man, not the ball. Number 2, Peter Hindley. Moore now finding Barnwell. Lands trip but play on. Forest in possession. Oh, what a bad one by McKinley. Now to Young. Good of him to return the compliment. Throw to Everton. Husband fouling Hennessy, and the whistle goes anyway for half-time, with Everton in the lead by 1-0. Goal scorer was young Jimmy Husband. There he is, native of Newcastle. One of the many fine young discoveries at Goodison Park. The big crowd of 47,500 wondering now whether Forest can pull it out of the bag. There they are to kick off the second half, but without Joe Baker. A goal down. It looks a pretty uphill fight now. Remember, not since August the 20th, when they lost here against Stoke in their first home league match of the season, have Forest been beaten on their own ground this season. They're 1-0 down. I know they've still got lots of fight and lots of skill left in the team. But Everton are no mean performers. Number 6, Newton. Newton, Hinton. Brown back to Wilson for Everton. And Newton. So many of these Forest attacks breaking down on the rock of Hurst and LeBone. Barnwell. Newton. Henry Newton, man who sometime was on the verge of the England team. Perhaps the tactic that could well bring the equaliser. Wigdall. Hurst just won't be shaken off by any attacker. Playing magnificently, John Hurst, number 4 for Everton. McKinley to Hennessy for Forest. Wigdall. And there's how Young comes back. Every man on the Everton team working so hard, forcing Forest players into errors. Morrissey into ball. See how Harvey still retrieves it. And Brown brought down by Hindley. Wilson to take the free kick for Everton. To Harvey. Wilson now having made space for himself. Oh, Husband! No! Magnificent save by Grummett. No wonder Husband shakes his head. Now Morrissey. Goal kick. Peter Grummett. What a fantastic save by him. Five minutes of the second half gone, Everton leading 1-0. Everton playing very well indeed. Young. Right to take the throw for Everton. That was now foul. Referee right on the spot, shaking his head. Wilson. Fantastic speed this fellow's got. Morrissey taking over. He swerved that one away from Grummett as well. Fantastic to see the running the Everton players are doing. Hennessy for Forest. To Barnwell. Goodness knows how you can crack this Everton defence. Hindley. No, you won't crack it that way. Rankin in the Everton goal because of the injury to Gordon West. He's broken a hand. Finally, the bone cutting all those off. Now it's a bad one, and now it's with goal. On a chest for Moore, he's equalised! Moore has scored! Moore has scored, number 11. "21 minutes of the second half gone, and it's one each." That's what the Forest fans think about it. There's the scorer, Ian Moore. There's the crowd, happy that the top goal scorer, Ian Moore, has made it one each. Now that Forest have got what they wanted to jerk them up off the floor. And I think and the enthusiasm now is fantastic as Hinton goes away for Forest. And behind that Everton goal, there seems to be some trouble. Now it's gone well for Forest. Is it? No, it's no goal. Foul charge. Foul charge. And Rankin is hurt. Not badly. He'll be on his feet all right. And I think the crowd has surged forward a little too much behind that. The goal Everton are defending. Casualties of cup ties, and how do you like to be in a crowd like that? The place alive with red and white scarves. And Forest playing now. Moore, he scored! A great goal by Moore! Oh, what a goal by Ian Storey Moore! And the fans this time come onto the pitch. What a transformation! And there he is, Ian Moore. And not a soul would have gambled that Forest could have done this. Number 11, Ian Moore. Now then, we're going to see something sensational in this match. I thought that Forest just needed a goal to pep them up into something like their real form. They got one and then two. Fantastic performance by Nottingham Forest. And brought down by ball. They talk about comebacks in cup ties, but this is sensational. The Forest crowd has doubled since their great run began, and what an enthusiastic lot they are. 20 minutes left. Four minutes ago, Nottingham Forest was staring defeat right in the face. Now, Everton, the cup holders, are getting to know what it looks like. I only wish I was a manufacturer of red and white scarves in Nottingham. Morrissey, it's out of play. The hardest workmen now are ambulance men rushing in to help people in the crash. Newton. Wickdall. Barnwell for Forest. Well, I wouldn't go into that crowd for having known the Grand National winner this morning. Moore, hero of the moment. Crowned Sheriff of Nottingham tomorrow, I should think. Winfield, Hinton, and Hinton, number 12. Test now of Everton's courage, Everton's skill, Everton's spirit. Can they do what Nottingham Forest have done? That's pick themselves up off the floor. Finally, up to Wickdall. Bone as majestic as ever. Young has been beaten by McKinley. Harvey across to Wilson. Husband. Still not satisfied, chanting now, we want 3. Brave enough effort by Brown. Remember, some time ago the Everton fans were singing, we shall not be moved. Now the Forest fans sing it. Wickdall. Hurst away to ball, and now Young. Somebody in the crowd just shouted, come on, Mac, boot it. Well, that's not one of the principles on which the football of Nottingham Forest has ever been founded. Vamos Lions. Bone. Everton to Wilson. That was a foul by Wickdall. Wilson to Ball, his colleague of Everton and England. Brown. Husband, he scored! Beautiful goal by number 9. Husband. Just 10 minutes left. 2 then for Everton and Moore 2 for Forest. Well, you try and pick the winner. Beautifully executed goal. And there's Hurst saving Everton again. Corner. This is the occasion for strong hearts. Lyons for the corner for Forest. McKinley scores off the line! Off the line by Wright. No, it was up the line by Hurst. No, by Harvey, number 6. Ball back to Young. Everton coming out, willing to play it with Forest. A ball. Morrissey. Oh, great save by Grummett. Number 11, Johnny Morrissey. And what a beautiful save by Peter Grummett. Grummett. And the 23 international corner for Everton. And another. 3 minutes left. Nottingham Forest 2, Everton 2. And I think the referee had seen something wrong with that corner. He didn't seem satisfied anyway with where the ball was placed. Try it again, Morrissey. No, it's not. That was Hurst, number 4, and I would have sworn from where I'm sitting that looked like as if it was in the back of the net. There's John Hurst, had a great match. Contrary to what one might expect, Everton are not being satisfied with a draw. They're throwing everything they know into attack to try and snatch the winner. Even their backs are coming forward. Newton to Hindley. Ball and Morrissey after him. Morrissey, number 11. And Harvey, number 6, doing the intercepting. Hindley with the throw for Forest. Young moving it away. Hennessy across to Winfield. Oh, he's not. Yes, he has. Yes, he has it. The final attempt. He's got a hat-trick. Number 11, Moore. Oh, a great rugby tackle by one policeman. Can you imagine an ending such as that? The crowd have gone completely and utterly bonkers.
So much happened in such a short space of time. Let's have a look at that goal again. Now you're going to see 4 rebounds, the first one coming up in a moment when it goes down, the first one off Hurst, the second one off the goalkeeper, then the bar, and take 4 is goal 3 for Nottingham Forest.
And the man of the match, Ian Storey Moore, hat-trick star of Nottingham Forest, and that must be in the last minute. Not only getting the winner, your own hat-trick, but at the 4th attempt. Hurst Hurst again. What an agonizing few seconds it must have been for the Forest supporters. I never thought it would go in the net. The 45 minutes are up for this half. It's injury time now. It looks as if the holders are out, and Nottingham Forest have come through with a sensational recovery. An indirect free kick to Everton. Some of the crowd think the game's over, but it isn't. Now then, all up for Everton, all back for Forest. Could only be seconds left. LeBone. And Grummett now is going to take his time about getting rid of this one. Come on the field, there's the man of the match, Ian Storey Moore, the top scorer for Nottingham Forest, the man who's got all their goals today, a hat-trick star. He's now got 21 goals this season, and the crowd have really had their money's worth. There's simply great cup tie, and the holders are out. Nottingham Forest have won a tremendous victory, 3 goals to 2. And that 3-2 victory over the cup holders Everton puts Nottingham Forest through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup.